This episode is sponsored by Zenro Clothing Co. Pick up your tees and or accessories at zenroclothingco.com and be sure to use offer code Socrates at checkout for 20% off select items. Also, if you're not into spending the money, just check out the Zenrail radio playlist. zenrailclothingco.com, music for your everyday. This episode also sponsored by The Pointy Bakery. If you're located in the Pointy area of Scarborough, Toronto, be sure to check out The Pointy Bakery, say what's up to Arville, and pick up a donut or two. Baked daily, crafted with love. This episode also sponsored by Podbean. Podbean is the podcasting platform of choice. It's the one that me and Vish use, and is great, you know, if you're looking to start that DIY podcast yourself. Definitely check out Podbean. Use the link podbean.com/SocraticGamers and gain 1 month of unlimited podcasting for free. Test it out, build that content. Anyone could podcast, right, Vish?
Yep.
Start a podcast and get your ideas out there. All right, enjoy the episode. All right, thank you, scientists and JPTD. We are officially in stage 3. Stage 3, right? No, we're not in stages. Yeah, we're in stages. No more zones.
Stages, or people have been mixing those words up.
Step 3. Step 3? Okay, yeah. So we're in step 3. Yeah, we all we're fully vaxxed. Mine was supposed to be on July 25th, but yeah, they just like text me early and they're like, hey, we have Pfizer.
You booked one for July 25th?
Yeah, we're just going to go back to the same spot that we had last time and see what it was, because they didn't say what it would be. It was like a giant, what would you call it, like a giant clinic? No, not a giant clinic, like a giant vaccination spot.
Yeah.
But they were saying, like with the Rexall one, the one that we got, it's so funny because like you never think about Rexall, you think of like Shoppers, right? So like I was buying orange juice and like Tylenol at the end, and she's like, do you have a points card? I'm like, yeah. And I like pulled out, and she's like, that's for Shoppers, this is Rexall. I was like, oh yeah, totally. You forget about that, you know. But yeah, I'm really impressed with like Toronto's ability to execute this whole rollout. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I would say probably all across Canada. But yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know what it's like elsewhere. I just know, like, for us here, and it's
well,
like,
I mean,
ours,
if we can deal with the biggest population, pretty sure you can deal with the smallest population.
Yeah, they must have. Or who knows? Maybe it's worse actually over there, because like over there, you don't know if the logistics are right or.
No, it's all the same. I think it works.
Yeah. Okay. True.
Like when you look at the overall numbers, I don't know what it is exactly.
Right now?
Like, is it at 75?
It must be. All right, so here's the crazy
I'm talking
part.
about single dose, like 75, right? I'm not sure. %.
Really, eh? That's great.
That's
like a rough guess. Okay.
Yeah, just a rough guess.
All right, you'll look it up. So it's pretty crazy because we were hitting step 3 yesterday, and I got the notification on Thursday. So I was like, oh wow, like right before step 3, I guess they got a shipment of Pfizer. Like, I don't know, how did that even work? Because like everyone else was like Moderna, like the Rexalls that we were getting, like they're like Moderna, and then this one was like, we're giving only Pfizer, and I was like, oh cool, that's the one I'm going for.
Yeah.
You know?
How did it work? No, there were shipments of it coming in. I think they were going in certain pop-up clinics, and then they would give some out to certain, I guess, pharmacies.
Oh, okay.
So I got lucky with mine, right? And then there was a pop-up clinic where, like, my uncle, cousin, my mom went.
Yeah.
That was all.
But how'd they know about the pop-up clinic? Did they just like see it on Twitter or something?
Yeah, again, there was like since when the first doses were coming out, there was somebody has set up this thing called like a vaccine Canadian vaccine hunters or something.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Right.
That's cool.
And then they made a more specific one for just like Ontario.
Okay, so
in there it was like there was 1,000 doses here.
Oh, that's
and they were saying,
cool. Wow.
If they had the information, they would say what they had. Moderna or whatnot.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then there were certain like one of those like ad type printout things, like, or an image of it. It's like there's gonna be pop-up clinics all in these areas, and they're all giving Pfizer.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was, yeah.
You know what's funny? we like hate on technology, but the apps and stuff, like that's. Like, how can you, like, even Twitter, okay, you know how, like, you were saying watch the Twitter thing because they dropped the news there where the the Pfizer, like where the shots will be located, you know? Yeah. And it's funny because it's like we think about Jack Dorsey and we're like pretty pissed at him. You know, some people like, they're like, oh, the billionaire or whatever. But it's like, look, he created a whole utility. YouTube is like a utility. Facebook's like a utility. Social media is like a utility. You know, we all use it. Yeah. So like, and we use it for good purposes too. Obviously, there's disinformation there. Like the people that believe in
it can be. Yeah.
You know, like.
But I think for the vast majority, it's not used like that, right?
But there is a lot of, because I follow a lot of American meme channels. Like in quote unquote enlightened meme channel, like you should check him out. He's awesome. Like aside from the vaccine stuff, his stuff is golden. It's like enlightened Goku. Right. That's him on Instagram, and he just does like tons of memes, but like they're very true, like spiritually true. But he's just so anti-vax, and I'm like, wow, like is that what it means to be spiritual? Like you have to be like anti-vax.
But maybe again, as I said, I think we said this before. It's like, is he a vegan? Is he like? Does it match his character to be like that? You're right. And if it's like that, I can understand, right? No, but also you're still being dumb.
Yeah, totally.
I'll like, just say it like that. But
we need to follow science.
Yeah, but it's like if you are a person who's eating McDonald's and all these things, and you're still anti-vax, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. 100% agree. Yeah, I mean, I really hate needles. Like that's like the biggest. I was thinking about it. I was telling Tara about it. Either both heights and needles are like my biggest fear. But I can get over heights because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fall. It's just my mind is going crazy right now.
Oh yeah.
So I can rein in the mind. Yeah. But I remember when I was a little kid and my parents brought me to the top of CN Tower and I like collapsed on the floor and I like crawled back. It was crazy. I
guess I don't have it like that. I do. I guess have a slight thing with height, but I guess maybe not to that level.
But like what was going on in my mind is this thing's gonna explode and then I'm gonna have to
you're going
like it was like my imagination was going crazy. Like I literally fell to my knees and like crawled back to the elevator and I was like, wow, this is intense. I mean, with yoga now and like martial arts, it helped rid myself of that because now I can see it and be like, no, it's just your imagination. Yeah. But as a kid, you don't know that that's what that is. You know, you just think it's really gonna happen. Right. You know, like we used to drive to Ottawa.
For me, it was like. Well, with the glass floor, it's fine.
The glass floor, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the floor.
But like if you're like on the ledge,
scared me too. Yeah.
On the ledge thing, it's like, I think it was more like
being, huh? But you could actually die if you're on the ledge. Like the glass floor is like.
Yeah, no, I think it's more about the ledge thing for me, where it's like, is someone gonna like push me, or am I gonna like somehow accidentally fall? Like,
I agree.
This is the things that run in my head.
I agree with that. Like,
if it's at the edge.
but if it's the glass floor, I did a project on it when I was in elementary school, and like they can put like 12 elephants. Of course. So it was like, oh, this is not gonna break. You know, but as a kid, you don't know. Like you can't rationally think that far ahead.
No. Yeah.
Or like to have awareness of your mind. You know, like if you don't even know you have a mind. So you don't even know why you're thinking these thoughts of like crazy imagination. I used to drive, I was saying before that, when we used to drive to Ottawa, France was really young and Jonah was still here. And I was pretty young too, but I would cry all night before we would go. Like if they're like, oh yeah, we're going to head out early. Like we're going to try and get to Ottawa by like 10 p.m. Right. I would cry like crazy because I was like, oh my God, we're going to die. I know we're going to die. We're going to get in a car crash. Right. You know? But it's weird. I wonder what that's a part of. Like it's my artistic name. Because I also draw. Because
I had that, not like that for like travel, but it was more like if I was home alone or my parents were driving. I think it was, if I remember.
It's your imagination.
It's the imagination from, I guess, whatever you've watched and stuff. But like I remember watching, I think it was Arthur.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like Arthur that it was like, because I think it was something like that in an episode, or I don't know if I dreamed this up.
About how he got robbed?
No, like
monsters.
No, like something about scared of getting in an accident or something like that.
Oh, okay, true.
And then I don't know what the solution was, but I think it was something like life, like you can't. Be scared all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that was the main thing that I got out of that. I think it was from Arthur, if I remember correctly. But
you know what's okay? That's very interesting about like. So basically, what you're getting at is acceptance. Like, if we're gonna die, we're gonna die.
Right.
You know, you can't be scared. It's just gonna happen. And I think without the this is actually a part of the COVID topic. I had it written down in the notes, but without distress, there is no, like, without the good, without the bad, you can't appreciate the good.
Sure.
And I think going through COVID, you know, it's like you appreciate things more. Like today I went to jiu-jitsu, right? And a day after the vax, I was fine, like, but now I'm beat up. So if I sound tired, that's why. And it's weird because before COVID, I was taking it so for granted. I'm like, oh, well, I can go to this school and this school. And like, remember I was like, oh, they don't even teach, like, oh, I don't want to learn gi.
Right.
You know, I just want no gi. The one I went to today was like no gi. So that's cool. They introduced that in. But it's weird just being on the mats. I was just like, oh, the fact that we can actually just practice is a blessing in itself, you know? And then I was really happy. Just like, you know, it's like you take something away and then you give it back and then you appreciate it more. It's like in the movies when like the person dies and then they're so sad, like Spider-Man, Mary Jane, and then, you know, if only I had more time.
Yeah.
know?
I guess there would be a lot of that enlightenment happening to people.
Yeah, totally. And I think that, I mean, personally, I like to, I read this book about why we fight, and it's all about how martial artists, they overly focus on death. But like, that's like me. Remember how long I've been saying that I overly focus on death, but it's like, it gives life beauty, you know, although it can seem like kind of masochistic or nihilistic. It's like, no, if you don't respect death, how can you respect life?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And they exercise it through like breaking limbs, and that was the paradox of the movie, the book. It's like, why we fight. It's like, because it brings you closer to death and paradoxically closer to life.
Right.
Because you're like, dude, we could kill each other right now.
The point is, what's important to you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And I think, like, speaking of the imagination thing, I wonder if that's even why because I was afraid of like burglars, and like ghosts weren't that scary to me, but burglars were scary. I think that's why I learned martial arts so in-depthly, because I'm like, I need to protect myself, you know. Don't want to be in that situation.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, you have the number?
Oh, yeah. So since we're only allowing 12 plus to get vaccinated, with the single dose, we have reached 79.7%.
JPTD.
And double dose, we're at 55.8.
Nice. Is that current today?
That is as current as we can get, I think. This is from their own website.
Okay, because I got it yesterday, so I'm like,
so did they include me? It probably wouldn't have included yesterday's.
Boo.
But this was, remember, our second dose was originally booked for in August.
True.
End of August for me.
Mine was September.
Yeah. Right? Mine was like the last day of August, so.
Honestly, like, good job, Trudeau. That's amazing. You really came through. He promised us that, you know. He's like, by the end of 2021, you're all going to get shots. Anybody who wants one. And it was like, we're kind of incredulous. I was like secretly hoping I didn't have to. I hate needles so much, but like, yeah, but
now you're done.
But now, and then I've been seeing this like, it's like third dose talk about it.
Yeah, but that's once again, that's Pfizer trying to, you know, of course, trying to convince the government that they need to do that. But right now, even the government's saying, especially in the CDC, there's no evidence of third dose.
Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah.
Or it might be like only for like people who are probably older.
If you're like, you're immune compromised or something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. If you're afraid of needles, the move is numbing cream and ice. It was so funny. Like I was telling you, when we first got the shots, like the first dose, it was like in a like giant hall. But then in this one, this guy gave us all a pep talk, like we were going on like a roller coaster ride. He's like, he handed out all the sheets, and he's like, okay, you all have your sheets. Double check the information, and then he's like, all right, people, today we're getting Pfizer. Understand that some of the side effects are going to be this. We're all going to make a single line. We're all prepared. We're all getting Pfizer today. We know this. Like it was like, I was like, this is so like rah, let's get this done together. You know, it's like very like cheerleader-ish. Right. I liked it though.
Well, I think that's good. Some people need that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I mean, you're doing something different, you know? or like helping everybody.
And then he just like opened the room, and then we'd go one at a time. And I was like, we're not even gonna close the door. We're just gonna watch everyone get their shots. He did the like one after, and it's funny because I was like fourth, and I was like, oh my god, this is a lot faster than I thought. I thought there was gonna be like some sheet or something like, oh, no, review the sheet. He's just like, okay, sit down, boop, done, boop,
yeah.
done.
Yeah, that's how quick it is.
Yeah, I know. But the wait to get the actual, because you were saying that for yours you had to wait the next day to get your receipt, right?
Yeah, they're just gonna email it to me. Mine was like none of that stuff happened.
Yeah.
Mine was very chill.
Cabral, you were like the only one there or something, right? Or
yeah, I was basically the next one to get it. I was just only like double checking over the paperwork.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then sign that, and then just go get the shot.
Oh, that's pretty quick. That's how it was at the hockey rink. That's why I was shocked. Like, this guy was like sending us the emails.
I think each one's got a different way of setting it up, or like, maybe whoever runs that particular rec salt has a way of.
He was cool though. The guy, he was like, make double check, triple check, quadruple check that it's correct. You don't want to be at the airport, and then they're like, this is not the right paperwork. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Like, I like it that you're reminding us of what we're trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? It's like, it's cool. Yeah. I think I made him feel bad though, because like I had like the numbing cream and the ice. I was like, oh, I hate shots. He's like, don't worry about it. You won't even feel it. And then I felt like the tiniest, like an itch. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like when you're like, oh, I should scratch that. It felt like that.
Like a mosquito?
Not a mosquito. No. Maybe a mosquito, not like, that's more painful actually than what I felt. It was like under the skin, like, oh, I'm itchy. Like, I don't know how else to explain it.
Oh, interesting.
But it's not like a mosquito bite. Like, those hurt. Those are like, I gotta smack that,
Yeah.
But this was just like, oh, was that it? Yeah, it must have been it, And then he's like, oh, do you feel anything? He was like all proud of himself, and I was like, a little bit. And he looked sad. He was like, oh, I thought I was gonna make you not feel it. Yeah, kudos to that guy. But it sucks though about travel. The thing I was seeing, like, you still need the swab. Mm-hmm. I saw my cousin in the Philippines that I'd prefer the anal swab. he is so funny. He had no idea about this. Like, he's not really on social media. And then he's like, oh, I just Googled it. He's like, wouldn't that be so crazy if you land in China and they're like, okay, come to this room, and then they anal swab you? And it'd be so traumatic for like a flyer. You had no idea this was going to happen. Yeah. And they bring you straight to a room and they anal swab you.
That's.
But like, I don't know. The nose one just kind of freaks me out. It's like,
I bet it's fine.
I'd rather anal swab it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that.
And just make it more challenging for them, It's like, all right, you really want this.
Yeah, but they're not doing that anyways.
Oh, they're not?
I mean,
they don't know
nobody
China,
else. No, China, I think, was just like, I don't know if they're officially like doing that for everybody. I don't think they're doing that for everybody.
Oh, okay.
It was like probably a study thing. I don't know.
Oh, boo. All right. But it does suck that you still have to pay the testing.
Yeah, because you were doing personal travel. So.
Yeah, that's really, you just skip the hotel stuff.
Yeah.
I think I might be going with my sister somewhere internally in Canada though.
Yeah.
Just for like a few days, because I was like, she's like, oh, do you want to go to like Las Vegas? I'm like, I don't want to have to get because within Canada you don't have to get the swab, so that's fine.
Yeah. So I think that's probably going to happen here for a couple of years.
Oh, really?
Just local travel.
Damn. Yeah.
Unless they make, I don't know, maybe they might change the rules by September.
Oh, like if you're double dosed, we don't even need to swab you.
But yeah, I don't know.
How do you feel about the COVID passport? I kind of like it.
Yeah, people want it, but it's
like making sure you did your homework.
But I don't know. Each thing is done differently, so you have to. Because I don't think America wants to do it, because the way they run their health system is different. Each state has it, or each district has a different way of collecting who's got vaccinated.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like here it's a bit more easier, just because everything's run through the Ontario's, because it's a government-run thing, right? So they know you have got the shot. It's under your name, under your health card.
No, but I wonder if like it's like an app on our phone or something,
No, I know. But like, if they're opening up the thing for people who are vaccinated, how do they check if someone is vaccinated? Like,
yeah, true.
They have to. it's going to take a while to, like, if you want to really set up that kind of system. But again, I don't know at the moment. I think America doesn't want to do that.
But what about, like, I saw the thing about Doug Ford being like, no, that's going to create like separation.
Yeah,
within
but
our society.
he also said it's like it's up to the businesses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like it was funny. It's like it was funny. Like, this is what I saw on Twitter, where it's like the stripper joints are opening up.
Oh yeah.
And the guy that runs one of the stripper joints, I guess, is like only people who are
vaxxed,
vaccinated can enter. But then Good Life is like, anyone, like, it doesn't have to, you don't have to be vaccinated to go to Good Life. So there's like, they were like the memes on the internet.
No, but you know what it is? Slap dances, bro. Like, they get really close.
No, I know, but it wasn't that. It was just that. Sure, of course, it is the thing, but they were saying that the way the meme was like, areas that is supposed to be about health isn't focusing on health.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
That's
it's like
so funny.
It's such a funny way to look at it.
No, they need money. It is what it is. Actually,
No, I know, but there was a lot of people not going to Good Life, or they're removing their membership.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Just because of that.
Yeah. And that's crazy. I wonder how long it's going to last. Like, they were saying, like, Dr. Tam, is there? She was saying, like, don't treat people differently just because they want to keep wearing their mask.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no, that's fair. Like, but I just wonder how long. Like, even if the COVID cases are, like, very low, why are you worried then? I don't understand. Like, it's not like all of a sudden...
It's not that you don't understand. I think it was...
Not like all of a sudden tomorrow it's going to jump and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. No, it's probably like a slow, gradual of...
The comfortability?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing this for a year now.
True, yeah. But I mean, even like with the first dose, right? Like, I think that was good enough. Like, it did its job.
Yeah, it
right?
did say that it did a good job.
You know, and then just the second dose is more like insurance.
Yeah.
Like it's just like stamping. Like, you know, I don't know how else to put that, but just like it's just like first dose was good, but second dose is better.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna market third dose is even better. You know, but no.
Well, it's all based on science. If you need the third dose.
Yeah, true. Do you see the thing about the fourth wave coming in fall? They're like, undeniably, there will be a fourth wave in the fall. No, but like the
fourth
caveat,
wave of case numbers, but if your hospitalization numbers are not moving, then
it's like, who cares? Yeah.
Or it's not. It's the fourth wave is going to come, but it's mainly affecting people who are unvaccinated.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the big thing that they're pushing. It's like
it's going to be putting healthcare workers at risk from people who are unvaccinated.
Yeah, totally.
Like, by making them work longer and all these things because they didn't want to get vaccinated.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny that, you know, I can see it like from both sides. So they're trying, like, it's like both sides believe they're correct, right? So the doctors are saying that because they're like, no, trust the science. And then the person's like, oh, look at you trying marketing to me that I should get the vax because now it's like, oh, I'm in danger. But if you actually think about it, it's like, even if we do get COVID, we're double dose, so it's going to be asymptomatic. So it's really like you guys that you won't even know if we're passing it to you. You know, you don't even know if it's moving through. I guess that is the scary part because it's like, oh, the numbers are low. How did I get COVID? It's like, yeah, because nobody had symptoms, but it was jumping.
Yeah. It's there. It's just asymptomatic to people.
Yeah, which
and
is
those
so
people won't
scary.
be going to get tested. So
yeah, because we're like, oh, I didn't even feel sick. A lot of UFC fighters are saying that they were like asymptomatic. But one dude, so you know the guy that was going to fight Brian Ortega and then it got canceled because of COVID, he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. I was listening to him and he was saying how he was coughing up blood. Oh, and I'm like, wow, that's where it gets bad.
Yeah,
like you just never know how it's going to hit you, you know?
Yeah,
that's why it's crazy.
Yeah, the stories I've heard on the radio or like on these news things, each one it is different, but it's more about if you get the long COVID.
Oh yeah, the long haulers,
it's more. It's like dealing with COVID when you were positive was a cake compared to dealing with it 6 months into recovery.
Right.
It's like, you know, it affects you mentally.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and like you also won't even know if you're going to be a long hauler.
Yeah.
Right? That's the crazy part. Some people just like are totally fine after, and then some people are just
like they get winded and it's like very easily.
Like I was saying with Faraz the Hobby last time when he was doing his video on YouTube, and he was like out of breath, and I was like, "What? Are you really angry?" But I was like, "No, it's probably the COVID. Like that's why you're like sucking your breath just to like keep talking."
Yeah.
Or maybe like the anger exasperated it, so it's like you're angry, so you're trying to catch your breath, but you also have a hard time catching your breath, so like double.
Yeah.
Crazy. It sucks. I'm so glad we like escaped COVID without having to get COVID. Remember I was saying, I was considering that, like, what if I just got COVID instead of getting the shot? But then, you know what sucks? You'd still have to get the shot anyways, because like it's just they're recommending it for people who have had COVID.
Right.
Even my sister was saying, it's like, yeah, you can get it once, but you still get the shot, because if you get it twice, that's really bad for you.
Yeah, and they were saying the Delta strain, even for someone who's already had the Alpha strain of COVID, you can still get the Delta strain. It's a different.
Yeah, so like your lungs are trashed twice. Like that's not good. Yeah, the only way out is through sometimes.
Yeah.
Through the injection. Yeah. But in terms of post-COVID symptoms, it was weird that Tara got sick. Like I was shocked. My arm, as soon as we got it, I was like moving it. I'm like, oh, dude, it doesn't hurt. And I started to freak out because I was like, did he just give us a saline solution? Because I saw that on social media, so freaking out. I'm like, why is my arm not sore? Right. Did he just,
Yeah.
Like, was there no fluid in that? Like, it's not sore because nothing's attacking the whatever. But then later on that night, like, it was weird. It was like I was typing something, and then I moved my arm, and I was like, oh, that hurt. And then I was like, ooh, got a huge wave of exhaustion. Like I took melatonin or something. I was like, oh, I need to sleep.
Right.
It was weird. Like you said, you were tired too. Yeah. But no sickness though. I mean.
No, I didn't have a temperature. No.
Yeah, it's weird that Tara got sick though. I was like,
it seems
pulled me up last night.
Well, this is anecdotal. It just seems like younger people seem to have a bit more of or females have a bit more of a reaction.
That's so. All right, so younger people, yes, but Tara's sister was saying that females get it more than males, and I was like, come on, that's like.
No, it's true.
I know. Yeah. But I was like, I don't know. That sounds a little, because they're like all of her sisters got sick too.
Yeah.
And her mom got sick. Her dad was fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but they all mixed though. Oh, except for the dad. But yeah. So like, I was like, maybe that's the reason. But then Tara getting sick, I was like, okay, so maybe it is just females that get it. But it sounds so like random. Like, what would it be in a female that? Maybe
there's something
like
different.
Testosterone.
There's something different.
Yeah.
I don't know the science, but that seems to be also what this research shows. You
were saying when you got it, because you got it before me, and you're like, oh, my arm's not as sore as last time. Same here. Like literally getting the shot yesterday, then going straight to jiu-jitsu. I was like, yeah, my arm's like tender, but it's not painful. The last one was like, oh, it's kind of sore.
Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe your like body was ready for this thing again.
I don't know. Right?
It got used to the first one. I don't know.
Yeah,
because the first one,
odd.
It was kind of like heavier.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to jiu-jitsu. And then I was like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
We do like a lot of like rolling like on the ground. So I was on that arm too. It was like, I didn't even notice it. Yeah, it was like crazy. But the lady, the nurse, the first time, she was saying, it's mostly psychological. There's no actual damage there. Because I was asking, like when I had that episode, and then she was like, I was like asking her, oh, I hear there's like an issue with the arms after, or like, what can I do? Am I hurting? Because everyone's like talking about sore arms. And I was like, is there something I could do? Like, will it make it worse if I do too much exercise? And she's like, no, it's psychological. Your brain is just like, this hurts, but she's like, you can't actually damage it more. It's just sore.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
The nerves are sore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but right. Like, it's not damaged.
It's not damaged. Yeah. It feels like damaged or something. You're like, oh, why does it hurt?
Yeah. Well, it's just swollen a bit to heal up from.
Oh, I guess so. Oh, yeah. Because like a foreign agent. Came in. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, so no, it's totally fine. Yeah, maybe it is a girl thing. That's crazy. I'm like actually shocked that because she was like feeling totally fine, and then just like in the middle of the night, she like woke up and she's like, I have chills. I was like, whoa, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it feels like a weight has been lifted off. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost done my 2 weeks, so.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. But doesn't it feel like it's done? Like I just feel like it's done.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, sure, the variants can get out of hand. Maybe we'll have a third shot, but it's like, yeah, you're not getting COVID now.
I was listening to this song, like on the drive back to work after getting a shot.
Yeah.
It's called What a Life.
Oh, that's cool.
It just fit the the scenario.
Dude, it is like, what a life, dude. It's crazy. But you know what that is? Like, again, you need the negative to see the positive.
Yeah.
So the only reason why you're looking at a life like that, it's like, it's the same life, you know?
Yeah.
You're still driving to work, you're still doing this, whatever, but you're like, wow, I can't believe this is actually happening right now. Mm-hmm. Like, it makes you be more in the present moment because there's an issue.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you start to appreciate things because they could be gone, you know? Like when, like everything being locked in, like when we're going to the movies on Tuesday, right? And to see Fast 9, that'll be next week when we talk about it. But with Fast 9, like I'm sure when we get in the theater, we're like, oh my God, yes. Like I've been itching to go to the movie theaters, you know, because it's like, it's such a small thing.
It's been a year, right? I think almost a year since we've been to theaters. So
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That is so nuts. Like, so I think today at jiu-jitsu, I think there's something with I heard this before. If you practice it in your mind, it's just as good as if you practice, not just as good, but like it's still good to practice it in physical life, right? Yeah. So I was rolling with a couple people. The one dude that destroyed me today, he had been training privately throughout the whole COVID, but like a bunch of people that I knew, they were like, oh, I hadn't rolled in like 9 months. I'm like, yeah, me too. And then I was like pulling off these arm bars and I'm like, oh, where did that come from? But I had repped it in my mind because I'm watching UFC fights. I'm like, okay,
right.
He's transitioning here. Okay, cool. He's grabbing this. Like, cause it's all the same. Like if you learn the actual move in jiu-jitsu class, you watch it in UFC, it's the same steps to get to the same ending, but it's like, I guess it's like, you know, chess, how they're like in Queen's Gambit, she's trying to pull off the and then they're like, oh, you're using the strategy of this. I see. Yeah. You know, and then they're like, okay, I'm going to switch to the strategy. And they're like, oh, now you're using this strategy. It's like how you get, the ending is going to be the same, but how do you get to the ending is different in jiu-jitsu, you know? So it's like
which move you're doing or which,
it's sort of like if I put my hand on his hip, he's going to want to remove it, freeze up the other arm to do something else. You know?
So it's like, which play are you doing?
Yeah.
It's a playbook thing.
Right. But when they were like, oh, I hadn't done anything for like 9 months, like maybe they weren't watching and studying jiu-jitsu, really, you know? Not. But I was like actively watching these, like Khabib, you know? Yeah. It's weird. But yeah, little things. So anyways, we checked out. Anything else about COVID? I think it's like that's pretty much it. Like this may be our last. It just seems
COVID. To be just positive news.
Yeah, from now it was crazy. Like I'm sure if we look back, that's also why it's really cool that we did this podcast throughout COVID as well, because we can go back and like listen to our worries and like. Not that we're gonna do that. Honestly, we've never listened to a podcast back.
No, I'm not. I tend to forget whatever we talk about after we've done it already.
I just make the clips, but I'm like skimming through them, and then it's just like deleted from my memory. But yeah, all right. But it would be interesting to go back and then like you play like a COVID episode or like one of the titles. It's like the world is over. So you're like, oh no, it's like years, like months later, it's totally fine now. Right. But we had no idea.
Well, yeah. I mean, what I can remember, it's like we didn't think of a vaccine was possible
in the beginning, right? So we were like, we're gonna have to live with this, and like masks are gonna be a thing. Remember all those people that started up the mask company? Sucks for them.
Yeah, I mean they'll be there for a little bit of time,
but like it's not sustainable.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're well off right now. I mean, Asia's still in
true.
In a lot of pain.
Maybe they'll sell it to them.
Sure.
But I was wondering, like, one of the questions is like, how would we feel when it's time to take off the mask? You know, and so like today in jiu-jitsu, I didn't know what the protocol was, so like I wore my mask, and then I saw nobody with masks on, so I was like, is it cool to take this off? And the guy was like, yeah, if you feel comfortable. I'm like, oh, cool. So I just took it off. And I was like, it didn't, I mean, I'm sure somebody else, like, so one dude had like a full on face shield and like I was like, I don't know how you're gonna train in that. Like, why'd you even come? You know? Right. But it'll be interesting to see how they're gonna manage it, you know, psychologically.
Yeah, until Health Canada kind of says, I think that which will be coming soon. Because CDC already has it, that you don't need to be masked.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, if you're double vaxxed.
If you're fully vaccinated, yeah.
Yeah.
So just waiting, which will be probably soon.
Right, okay, yeah.
Once Health Canada says the plan that you don't need to wear masks anymore.
Yeah. Exciting. and I'm sure if you look back at an old podcast, you're like, we're gonna wear these things forever. And now we're like, oh, they don't need, but then imagine like months later we're like, well, we're back on masks, everyone. I really liked the masks for a bit, but
I was not a fan. I think I was not a fan from the beginning.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah.
It is hard to breathe. Like when people are like, oh, I can't breathe the mask. Like, yeah, it's all in your head. No, I'm like, no, it is harder to breathe, especially depending on which mask you
especially
have.
if it's hot outside.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
It is very uncomfortable.
I find that the Costco masks, they're so tight on your face that it is hard to breathe. Mm-hmm. But like
even the surgical masks or whatever they call that.
The blue ones?
The blue ones.
Yeah.
Again, it's still
but it's not as bad. Like,
of course, probably not as bad because it's not like tight fitting.
Yeah.
But even that for me is too
much.
Much if I'm like.
It was weird because like when I switched, because yesterday, since I was getting the shot and then like I couldn't breathe last time when I was getting my first shot, I was like, okay, I'm gonna switch masks. I'm gonna use like the more breathable one, but I didn't feel safe. I was like, how did this protect anyone? You know, like it was like kind of not half on my face, but like, you know, like you didn't suck it into the sides, like. You know what I mean? Like the left and right.
Well, it was more about what do you call it? Droplets. It's to stop droplets.
Oh, okay.
Because the air is still gonna breathe the air.
Oh, okay, that's what I was like. Well, I can still breathe in this. What? It's like that's why I was like, maybe I should have worn the Costco mask because then I can.
But the Costco mask again, these are not air. Like it's still gonna get to you if it's air.
Right. True. Yeah.
It's still only stopping droplets.
Dude, this could have been way worse. Right? Like I was watching World War Z before Jiu-Jitsu today and I was like, man, this could have been like that, bro. Like we got off easy.
Right.
You know? Right. This is a great movie. I love zombie movies. Lived through a zombie movie. Because this is what it would have been like.
Yeah.
You know? We would have had like no shelves of food. Although, okay.
We had a moment of that with toilet paper in the beginning.
Yeah, totally. But I was going to say like, I should rein it back because like I'm in a privileged state to be saying that. You know, we're in a Western nation with lots of vaccines. Like my cousin, it's like, oh dude, it's ripping through the Philippines right now. I'm like, sucks, dude. I don't know what to. I'm just like, I hope maybe they can send it when we're done. I don't know.
Well, they will be, I think, once because we've bought more than we need.
Right.
So I think a lot of it's going to be, and they already made like. What do you call it? Like plans with the UN and stuff to.
Oh, cool! Yeah, the donations
to donate so many, millions of vaccines to these countries.
You know what's funny about Canada? Before this, we were like USA's little brother, and then now with the vaccine, we're like, this is our moment to shine, everyone. You know what I mean? And like all of a sudden, boom, we're like
we're a little brother. Yeah, we're a little brother to America in economy wise, but we're more smarter than Americans in general.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you look at the vaccine numbers or the rate and where we're at percentage wise.
So explain this because I was saying with like Israel, how the number.
So like, they are starting to. They didn't when they did it. They didn't have 12 plus.
Okay.
Yet, right? They're only doing that now.
That's why we're ahead of them.
Yeah.
I was like, how did we beat Israel? I thought everyone was vaxxed.
No, they weren't 100% vaxxed. It was the same thing as like...
That's the propaganda I was hearing. I thought
no, it's the same thing as... like if you want to get vaxxed, you would get vaxxed, right? So their number was high in the sense that they got all their doses like earlier in the time.
Yeah.
And now they're doing the 12 plus.
Yeah.
But their number, I don't know, either they're going to hit the same number as us or not, right? We're already started the 12 plus. And their second doses now, so it's like we're in the 80% now, right? So
right.
Yeah, our rate was super fast.
Yeah,
and our numbers high now.
It's so funny with like being Canadian. We'll all like post COVID, we'll always be known as the country that like just took it. It's like everyone's like, oh, don't trust the vaccine. Like,
right.
But I think it's like,
but we're still gonna have again the same thing. Like we have a portion of people unvaccinated, right? That will always be if they.
Yeah, but I'm sure like that number won't be as high as I'm sure like. Eventually, like the thing that I find ironic about this whole thing, if we all don't die from this vaccine, which I'm 99.9% sure we're not going to die, because you can never be 100% sure, but
sure.
It's going to be really funny, all those anti-vaxxers lining up for the vaccine, because I'm going to be like, well, you knew you were going to do this, you just wanted to put it off. Yeah. It's like how long can you hold on to your guns?
I don't know. Yeah, it just depends on how their resolve is like, I guess.
But wouldn't that be ironic? They're like, oh, it's gonna rot your brain. There's microchips, and then all of a sudden, like, Johnny, you're up next. Okay, like.
Again, it's still, but I still don't know. I still don't think so. I think people who are not going to get it now. For the rest
of their life, they're not gonna. They're just gonna be like, no.
Yeah, I think for people who are not going to get it now, they're not going to get it.
And then what? All right, so then if you don't get it eventually, like that was your one redeeming thing. It's like, all right, cool, you got it, you smartened up. But if like one of the only reasons why I want that COVID passport is to be like, hey man, we all did this.
Yeah.
Like you're enjoying the fruits of our labor. Speaking as somebody who hates vaccines, so like if I had to do it, bro, we all got to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a very hard thing to do though.
Unless you don't have an ability to do it. OVO40, Drake's producer, he posted like, I think 2 days ago or something, him getting the second dose. And he was like, I think it was the second dose. And he was saying how, because he's multiple sclerosis, all of his meds, they in the beginning they were like, it's not gonna, like, we can't give you the vaccine because we don't know what it'll do, or like we should save it for other people, blah blah blah. And then he finally got it and he was like, I'm so happy, like, because I was told,
but they're not in that unvax thinking, right?
But it's like
they have a different situation,
right? So it's like, look at the appreciation for the vaccine. It's like people who are anti-vax is like, you're spitting in their face, man.
Yeah.
Like go to India or go to the Philippines and see the destruction.
Yeah.
How can you not get it?
Exactly.
Right? It's like, it's like insulting to me.
I mean, let's just look at the deaths in America.
Yeah, even the deaths in America.
That's the highest.
And they're like, oh, look, everything's back to normal. Like, hey, I'm going to go to the movies. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to go to the movies. Like, that's just so rude, you know? Right. To go to the movies and you're unvaxxed, it's like, come on.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's up to these businesses how they want to run with these. But how do they check that though? Like, health is something that is super private, right?
Yeah, but you're gonna be the one looking yourself in the mirror. So it's like, all right, but deep down, you're a dirtbag.
Well, they're ones. I mean, again, it's gonna be the unvaccinated. Like, that's the fourth wave.
Yeah, true. And then they're gonna die, and it's like, well, that's what happens. Yeah, like, I don't know.
But that gives but also, yes, they will, but it's also going to affect older people. It still will hit some people, even who are vaccinated. Totally, right? So they're causing more of an issue here. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on so many levels. It's like, it's not even like we do have a deficit. That's a good reason. It's like, or you're sick, or like you're immune compromised. Sure. They're totally, like, if you're immune compromised, you can't get it, totally fine. If we had not enough vax, totally. Like, if there was only a limited amount, I'd be like, let the old people go. That's what they did in the beginning, and I was feeling like, I don't need it.
No, I mean, yeah, and they're still doing that in lots of other parts of the world, right? They don't have enough of vaccines that it's still like 50 plus priority, or 40 plus. Yeah, totally. We're already doing 12 plus.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's like, you have no... it just speaks to your character. That's all. Because, like... It's, I mean, like, in those countries, they're seeing people die from this thing, and it's like, how could you just, and this is where those anti-vaxxers turn off the podcast. These people are jerks. Anyways, so Black Widow, what do you think?
This is all spoilers, so.
Oh yeah, all spoilers.
Black Widow. Not that good.
Yeah, that was insanely trash. I was on my phone the whole time. I was like, I can't even deal with this right now. Like, it's so bad. I felt like
it was a movie that we didn't really need.
No. You know what we needed? We need the ending scene. That's all we needed.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was way too jokey. There was like scenes that were just too
lighthearted.
Yeah, way too lighthearted. Like there could have been scenes where they could have ended with like some seriousness too, right?
Yeah.
It was just way too, like, instead of ending on the serious note, they just make a dumb joke and then
right. Yeah. It's weird though. Scarlett Johansson was saying how Black Widow put some closure on her character, but I get it. Like, she died in Endgame.
Yeah, sure,
so
yeah.
Like, whatever. But we really didn't need that.
Yeah, no. But the thing is, like, there's nothing in there that's gonna happen to Black Widow, right? Because she doesn't die in this movie.
But I thought
she dies in.
I thought it was gonna be an origin story,
right?
So I was excited for that.
Yeah.
The origin story,
like the beginning bit was cool.
Yeah, like 10 minutes into it. Like not even not even 10 minutes. Like literally, her origin story was 5 minutes long.
Yeah,
right. Because it was in the beginning. I didn't even know that was Black Widow with the blue hair.
Yeah.
I thought it was a boy. Sorry to that actress. And then it was like, and then jumped to the present. I was like, well, that's why I came to I thought we were going to watch her train and figure out like how to become.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It's like, like going through like the ballerina time. Or like some of those images were kind of cool. That I guess
it's a Russian thing, eh?
Yeah,
like what's it called? John Wick. When I love John Wick 3, and then they show like the ballerina, he goes to his teacher, and then like they're doing sambo, and then ballerina, but they're learning these things to be killers. But it's funny because like sambo is Russian and ballerina is like they're like the number one ballerina people. It's like it's so iconically Russian.
Yeah.
But they didn't show any of that. There's no like grappling training from her. There's no.
I did not like the accents. Just kind of made it look. Because she's the only one not without the accent.
Yeah,
and everybody else has these like thick fake.
Who's the sister? The one that's going to be in the next movie?
What do you mean? Who's the sister?
The blonde one.
Yeah.
No, who's the actress? Does she play someone? Because Wob was like, like all the other actors were really good. I knew the other one. Well, I knew all the actors. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know that guy was from. I didn't watch Stranger Things. So
he's from Stranger Things. She was in a few other movies that were like Oscar
really
worthy.
I kind of want to watch her other movies now. She like seemed really cool in it. But does she do any?
She was cool.
Does she do any other action scenes in it, or is it just
no? They're not.
They're more. She's more like a drama actor.
A lot of them were drama. I think she did the.
Is she actually Russian?
I think she did the WWE one.
Glow.
Was it Glow? The one where what's his name? The Rock was in it.
Oh,
the wrestling one. It was
she
like
was a daughter. Was she a daughter?
Yeah, like who goes to.
Oh, that's lame.
I don't know if she's supposed to be. I forgot what character or person that she was acting as. But anyways, like, I don't know if she was China or not. I can't remember if that was. Maybe not China. Maybe someone else.
So,
like,
but
anyways,
is she actually Russian?
No, I don't think she's Russian.
Oh, she sounded Russian. You know who didn't sound Russian? The main star. I was like, what are we doing right now? It's
like I like all of them, those individual actors and other things they've done, just not in this.
Yeah, it was a very odd movie. Like this is one you could pass. You don't need to.
Well, actually, you could
scene,
pass.
Though. But remember, you were saying like this movie's supposed to come out like years ago, right? Or like
last summer, yeah.
Right. So if this came out and then the next one's Falcon and Winter Soldier, we would have understood, like that the female Nick Fury, because that was supposed to be her first scene,
right?
But she came out in Falcon Winter Soldier. That was the first time we saw her. At the end,
right?
But it was like, oh, if this movie had come out first, that's the first time we would have seen her.
Yeah.
I don't think they minded though. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any.
There was no like story.
There's no line
conflict.
linear thing to this. It still all fits together still.
Yeah, because it was such a standalone movie. a trash standalone movie that I think that nobody should waste their money on. Unless you have like the streaming. Like once it becomes free.
Yeah, it'll be on Disney Plus free. I don't think it's worth $30.
Yeah. Sad that that's the end of Scarlett Johansson's character.
Yeah, she goes off with that.
I know, right? Too bad, but it is what it is.
And then like the villain, some guy was saying.
Who's the villain?
Taskmaster?
I don't even know who that guy. Dude, I was.
No, it was the girl behind that.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention to the movie.
Right. Really, like not one of the worst villains.
Oh yeah.
Not really a villain.
What'd she even really do?
Yeah.
She wore a mask the whole time.
Yeah. Okay, only that one time she removed it, but
she was like a zombie.
Yeah.
But going forward, I guess she's gonna play more of a role. I don't know. Maybe
was
she dead or I don't.
No,
know.
she didn't. I don't think she died. I don't remember now.
Oh.
But she might be in if she gets her own Disney Plus show.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe.
But she didn't speak, so we don't even know if she's a good actress.
We know the I know the actress.
Good actress? Well, if you know the actress, that means she's a good actor. Like,
so it's probably going to be used again.
Yeah, then she must be used again. It's like
because she didn't have any talking.
Yeah.
She didn't talk at all. So.
Yeah. Anything else about Black Widow?
No, just not good.
Yeah. Loki, because I said Owen Wilson, so I was like, oh, good transition.
Right. And then Loki's on a different.
That's amazing.
Level
I
of
thought their sword fighting was so good at the end. I was like, wow, this is legit.
Right.
The way they were like sword fighting.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was really good. Someone made a good connection where it's like entering into the Matrix.
Oh, true.
Where they're like the Lokis of the Neo, and they're talking to the architect.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. When you said that, I was like, oh, it is like the Matrix, totally.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I felt bad for the male Loki because when the female kissed the male Loki, I was like, oh, cool. They're gonna.
I thought that felt weird though when I saw that kiss happen.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like
the same person.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. This is a bit weird. It's Loki and Loki.
But they're the same person. It's just like you fell in love with yourself. Narcissism.
No, I get it. But it's just felt weird, and it made sense. It was supposed to be a bit awkward.
And then it sucked because it was like she didn't care.
Yeah. Again, that was what her programming was.
Yeah, right.
Which was to
all
get back at people that did this to her.
Yeah, totally. I really liked the guy. Was that the first time that they showed him?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I really loved his character, the black dude.
Yeah, I think his name
amazing.
Was it He Who Lasts or?
Yeah, I don't know. Was that his name?
The last, no, there is a name. I looked up who that is.
So what's the name?
No, I mean that's the name they're giving in Loki.
Oh, okay.
But he's been cast in
other movies.
In
Doctor Strange?
Maybe not yet. They haven't said anything about Doctor Strange.
Spider-Man?
No, in Ant-Man.
What?
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp is called Quantumania.
Wait, he showed up in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No. This movie's not yet.
Oh,
here.
I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp was Ant-Man 2.
No, the third movie.
Oh.
He's been cast in the third movie.
Right.
As Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, that's a cool name. Kang the Conqueror.
So I don't know if that's who that is. I think that is who that is.
It must be. Or it's like it's a variant of him.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I love
and all the names now make sense. It's like this relates to even Doctor Strange, right? For the Doctor Strange movie, it's called
the
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man is No Way Home or something.
Yeah. So Phase 4 seems to be all about
multiverses.
Yeah,
I really like. Oh, I saw this meme, this like IGN report. Not meme, it was like a headline. And they're saying how Marvel had a meeting about the multiverse and like very specific things that you can and can't do. Because like they're trying to keep it aligned, right? Like when you start messing with time, it's like we all have to be on the same page here, you know? But yeah, I love that Loki was the setup for the next two movies, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He was a really good actor. Like it felt like he really did have control over their futures. Like he did know their futures, you know.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where it all.
Yeah, this is leading into the whole multiverse thing now. So, yeah, I don't know, like where they start to. I guess Spider-Man would be the first one. I don't know how Eternals gets into this, or
I don't feel like Eternals will get into this.
Yeah,
maybe Eternals.
Maybe like these. There's gonna be some probably scene at the end.
Yeah. But I love it. Makes sense now with the variants, because it's like we now have a term for them, the variants, right?
Which is such a funny time to use that term.
Oh, true. Yeah, Delta variant. Yeah, totally. But it's weird with Spider-Man. Not weird, but it's like it's perfect for Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah.
Because at the end, remember we were saying last time, like the Spider-Man 90s TV show, they ended with multiverses and then like different versions of Peter Parker. And then they said they cast, I don't know if they cast them or maybe they're just using, because Andrew Garfield said he's not playing Spider-Man.
Oh, so, he's not?
No, even though they released it. So maybe what it is they're using footage from, because he is in it, but he said he's not playing Spider-Man. So I think maybe they're just using old footage of the Sony Spider-Man.
Probably.
That would make sense. They're probably just like adding Peter Parker scenes into it. They're probably fusing it all together.
Yeah, they're all fusing it. Well, I'm interested to see how they do this. Yeah,
me too. Super interested. But yeah, Andrew Garfield said he's not playing Spider-Man.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't.
But
think
we know
lying.
It's about multiverse or multi Spider-Mans too, anyways, right? So
yeah.
We'll see how they do it. Or
but
what
I don't
the story
think he's lying, because people are like, "Oh, he's just lying." It's like, no, I think maybe they're just using the old footage, because Andrew Garfield will look old now. He's like old.
Yeah.
Same with Tobey Maguire. He'll look old. So it's like...
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just movie magic. Like, you can use them, but then you're using also, like... If you're doing deep fakes and using their faces from the original movies.
True, but I trust Andrew Garfield saying that he isn't playing Spider-Man. Or maybe he's, like, haunting us. He's like, I'm not playing Spider-Man. I'm playing... like Ben Parker.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe one of those. Like that. It's like it's a different name for Spider-Man. Oh, actually, I could see that. Yeah. Because
he's telling the truth, but it's like a different character.
Because like Peter Parker's other name is Ben Parker.
Yeah.
The blonde Spider-Man. Right. The Scarlet Spider, I think. He was one of my favorites. But he like took off his mask and then he was blonde. And they're like, "Oh, you're blonde." He's like, "Yeah." And then he took the name of Ben, Uncle Ben.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm very stoked for where this is.
I mean, the Marvel is setting up a bunch of stuff now. Now it feels like it's
well, now that COVID's over, it's like we can all watch movies again.
Yeah.
But you were saying the What If trailer,
right? Yeah, that's the next one. That's just again playing with time again.
But is that even canon? Like, is it actually a part of the story, or are they just doing that as like a one-off? Like, oh, this would be cool if we did this.
I don't know how it fits into everything.
Yeah.
But it's just a cartoon show of a what if. So again, it's all in the same theme of
like multiverses.
Yeah, I was like, it's like if Captain America was a girl.
Right. And okay, where are you gonna go after this? Like, you went from like, okay, Thanos was the big evil, but although Thanos really did,
well, they're gonna play it into, I feel like, because the end of Phase 4, it seems like it's Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
So they're playing into that.
Okay. I just wonder where you're going to go after, like Galactus? I don't know.
I guess, yeah, they would have to.
But, or like maybe Galactus is in the multi... I don't even know. It's like, how do you...
I don't know.
But what I like, though, is they introduced the whole time thing at the end of Avengers. Right? Because they were trying to go back in time and then like... And
that's what created the ripple for Loki anyways, right? That's what started that whole thing.
Yeah, because he got the Tesseract, and then that's when they captured him, and that's when the Loki TV show started. Who would have thought, you know? but okay, so do you think I should watch WandaVision? Like, does it tie into multiverses or no? Like, like, I need to be sold on WandaVision. Like, why do I need to watch it? Like, do you learn about a new character? Like, what's going on?
It's not. It's the right app. Is it right app? It's right after Infinity War, the Endgame.
But what? Okay, so but what? What's the great takeaway? I don't care about spoilers. Like, If I'm gonna watch it, I need to know the spoiler. Or if you're saying that the spoiler's not that great, then I'm all right. Whatever. I'm just not gonna watch it. I heard it got so many Emmys or whatever, but I'm like, whatever.
It's really good in the story. It's just
action.
I think it'll eventually connect with. I don't know yet. The rumors are it's going to connect with Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
so I heard that. So okay, so.
But we know there's going to be like a season 2. So
there's also they signed Loki for season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And the director for Loki, she said she's not coming back because she's like, it's supposed to have been 1 season. But then they switched it, so she's like, I'm not doing the next ones.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I mean, I love it because it's great actors.
Yeah.
Like the Owen Wilson character is so great. And Loki's character, I love him now. He really like humanized them, you know?
Well, he had a redemption arc there, right? So.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's like in a different timeline because they didn't know who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully it
I
doesn't
think they just had a lot of fun with this Loki, just adding in the different types of Lokis.
Yeah.
Creating all this Easter eggs for this stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Like they can. That's what they were doing.
And then I thought it was so funny that everyone was. Remember, he's like, "Oh, the Infinity Stones," and they're like, "Oh, these things. Oh, yeah, they're like nothing. They're just like paperweights." But like in our timeline, like his timeline, it's like it's almost funny. I kind of want to go back and, or maybe not, it's a long time, but watch the Avengers now and then see it through the eyes of the TVA and be like, oh, they care so much about something that's so meaningless. You know, they're all working so hard to stop the Infinity Stones, and then Loki's just like, oh, it was meaningless. Like it has no power in the TVA.
Right. I mean, yeah, we have to see. Because they really, like when they did the time thing in Endgame, they were really trying to emphasize like this is not a good thing. Remember when he was talking,
like
when Hulk went to talk to her?
I was about to say when Hulk talked to Doctor Strange's teacher.
Yeah.
And she's like, you need to put them back. She was already showing us that variance.
All the variance.
Yeah, she did.
She did. Yeah.
That's true.
She did.
Watch it again. That's why I want to watch it again, because then it's like you could catch where they're going with it. When she was showing like you've
diverted the line,
and that's a problem. Yeah. She probably knows all about the TVA.
Yeah, I don't know. She was
sick though. That was a great. I want to watch Doctor Strange again. That's sick. Yeah.
So again, that's why it makes sense to go back to Doctor Strange for this in the multiverse of madness.
Right, because this is what it is. Knew, and
with all, I guess, like the way Loki ended, all these branches happening, it's all like out of control.
And now how do you put them back together and stuff? Yeah. It's cool. You really couldn't have done this with movies because you needed like so many episodes to explain this, you know? Maybe that's what they're going to do. They're going to have all these TV shows, and then like when you watch the movie, it's like the big tie together.
Yeah, they're all like connected. They're all leading like together to something, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the storyline. But they were doing that originally with like some things that were happening in the movie affected the plot line because they had a shield. They called it the
TV show.
The TV show that they had, right? So that like I think that was running through like Winter Soldier that time. Really? So like cool. when the Hydra came in and did all that stuff, so it affected it in the show as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So it's like they're doing, but then now they have their own control of the show, right? So
right, because
so they're all
Disney
like
banner.
Working it together now.
Yeah, geniuses.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts about anything? Get vaxxed.
Oh yeah.
Get vaxxed. We can all get back to normal.
Yes.
It was funny when Joel at Jiu-Jitsu today, he like came in and he was like starting to feel like normal, and then we all started clapping, and I was like, like it was a little weird because I don't like social stuff like that, but at the same time I was like, wow, it feels.
There's another vibe, new vibe. That's like energy, a different kind of energy.
Yeah, we had all been waiting for this moment,
right?
You know,
right.
Yeah, cool stuff. All right, you final thought?
Yeah, I'm excited to see What If. That's what
Fast 9 coming first. Well, when does What If come out?
It's in August. I think the first or second week of August. We still got a few
weeks.
It
like a every week kind of thing?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, final thought. of that. I wonder if they made an animation because they're like, we can't bring all these characters back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because like we can't possibly time schedule everyone. Sure. Whatever. Because it's pretty outlandish. It's like, well, it's like,
yeah. What in the what if thing? Yeah.
You have like Chadwick Boseman's character. You have Killmonger there.
I think that that is there, but it's also just
what if, using the title, what if Black Panther becomes Killmonger? No, Killmonger becomes Black Panther. That's the point of the What If series, because Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, is going to be a variant.
I could
see that now.
So they could fix it that way.
Yeah.
For Black Panther, sure.
They're like, the king has died somehow, blah, blah, blah. And then like Michael B. Jordan's character comes back. And they're like, oh, he's the Killmonger. And he's like, what? Yeah, maybe. And in a different timeline, his dad didn't get killed, or like they took him in right away. His dad did get killed, but then they're like, oh, your dad was bad, so we're gonna bring you back.
Black Panther is slated for after Doctor Strange. So
after Doctor Strange? Damn. When does Doctor Strange come out?
March of next year.
2022?
Yeah.
Ugh, that's such a long time.
But we still got, Black Widow's done. We got Shang-Chi.
When's that come out?
September.
Okay.
We've got Eternals in November.
Nice.
Spider-Man in December.
Okay.
And then Doctor Strange.
Sick.
Then Thor in May of next year.
Cool. Things to look forward to.
Still long. Still, there's other things on there too. Still have to go through.
You said Black Panther March, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, no. Black Panther is July.
Damn.
Of next year.
All right.
Doctor Strange was March.
Okay. All right. Cool. Stuff to look forward to post-COVID. Here we go. Until next time, Bish. Peace. Bye. All right. Hope you enjoyed that episode. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all those fun things, and check out our sponsors, Zenro Clothing Co., Portian Bakery, and Podbean. Take it easy, Bish.
Peace.